Hey, this is Malachi Church versus State. Federal income tax and federal spending both set records for fiscal year 2019. 1.7 trillion federal income. That's, I guess, what we're making. Wow. But we, spend 4.4 trillion. Okay. The math doesn't add up. As a buddy of mine used to say, math does not lie. But I want to, I'm going to show you this here in a second, but I want to show you the national debt. And then I want to show you an old video I did and see what the national debt is here. 22 trillion 900, almost 23 trillion. It'll probably be 23 trillion in about a week. And see the debt per citizen. Okay. I did this video. Oh, I still look so beautiful. In 2014, February of 2014 is one of my first videos I ever did. Okay, let me open this up here. Look at what the national debt was then. This is in 2014. It's 5 years ago, basically, a little over 5 years ago. 17 trillion 302 billion 594 million 840,000 blah 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 blah. Right? Okay. But I want you to listen to what I said. Okay? And if my prophetic things are as true as what I'm going to say they probably are, we're in a crap load of hurt, man, and we're running we're running on empty because they are putting such a burden on our children. This is all about monetizing our children, right? And if you read this, this is per citizen, not illegal citizen, people that don't pay anything. Anyways, I want you to hear what I said, and then I want to go over this a little bit. And remember that all this is only federal. It does not include local, state, and things like this. It's only a federal issue. Right? That should scare the hell out of you because once you add state and local taxes, we're really enslaved. Okay, listen to what I say right here, and I suggest you go see this video. It's called "Slave to Debt," 6.666 in debt. At the time, that was on the Drudge Report, so that's kind of why I used it. But anyways, here we go. Because we're almost there. But if that changes, then the debt goes up, it never goes down. Because in reality, what they try to do is they try to keep the debt per person. Probably, I think they're max before everything tilts and goes crazy. I would say it's probably around $72,000, maybe even close to $100,000. At that time, then they'll try to do new things like give mortgages out for 50 years, 100 years instead of 30 years. And they'll give car loans for 20 years and so on. That's how they try to squeeze everything out of the system to keep raising the national debt limit. But you need to wake up, especially those as Christians, and if you're not a Christian. Anyways, like I said, 72,000 per citizen. Man, we're right there. We are almost right there. And I know that they know that there is a limit. I know that they know, these people that calculate and do all these calculations, this is all just algorithm. This is total just BS crap. And I had a coffee company. I counted beans. I know. I knew how much it took to buy the beans, how much it took to transport, the roasting, the cost of electricity, the cost for storage, the cost for packaging. I knew everything. almost down to pennies and micro pennies in reality, just like my music. I get paid freaking micro pennies, not like anything I used to be paid. So I understand how things work, but there's also things that are just, it's just smoke and mirrors. And a lot of what we see and what you see on this debt clock is smoke and mirrors. It's like, anyways, it's like this Social Security, 1 trillion, right? Okay, here's the problem with Social Security. Social Security is they take that out of our paychecks. That was supposed to have gone into an account that then came back to us like a savings account. But see, they stole all that money. Our government, and some of the people that stole it are still in office, I believe, because they're so freaking old and they're just walking dead. They stole that money. So when you start looking at things like this, I'll include this in the thing too, and you can read through it. But here's an interesting thing: receipts by sort. So individuals are paying 1.7 billion. But here's another thing that you don't realize is that is still a part of the individual. But they're splitting it up as to say it's different. It's because it's not. Social Security, insurance, and retirement. Well, that was money that was going to Social Security. It's like this is here, but in reality they're taking it out over here, and it was never even supposed to be really a part of the expense because it was being taken out and supposed to be saved. It should just been a payout, like a like you'd call unions have their deals, like I have my retirement with Boeing, right? That's if they don't steal all the money. The union doesn't steal all the money. As part of the not Boilermakers Union. I was in the Boilermakers Union. I can't remember their names. But anyways. So Social Security and retirement is really part of the individual tax because anybody who's paying tax is also being forced to pay this. And then excise tax is really an individual tax on people really selling stuff. Estate and gift taxes. That's total BS. See, they pass all these laws saying, well, we're making sure the rich don't just give away stuff for free. No, this affects small people, especially like farms. This is how the government came in and stole farms. They stole property. You used to, when you bought a house, you supposedly owned the land underneath all the way to the center of the earth, if you believe the earth is a ball, okay? And you own the sky. But that's not the way it is anymore. They want to own you. They want to own you. And look at national defense. It's like I posted a thing on Facebook. Maybe I'll go to it. Oh, here's my kid posted my coffee. My old coffee thing. Anyways, black dot, blah, blah, blah. That's a friend of mine. She's deaf. She does these really cool little videos in sign language. She's funny. Buddy of mine got his guitar stolen. This is how a brain works until they vote Democrat. Here's the things you can work with hemp. Blah, blah, blah. That's another, if the day looks bad and curlers. I'm trying to get, here it is. Sorry it took so long. Anyways, up until 1913, and I did this in a video, Americans kept all their earnings. Despite this, America still had schools, road, colleges, vast railroads, subways, and army and navy. And then, so, the thing is that we were all lied to, and this thing is all just a hoax. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all to enslave your children. Now, here's what I want you to understand. Don't think about this as taxes on you. We waking up every day. We have to go and do this, and we have to worry about the IRS and this and that and all this kind of crap. No, what you should do is see this is enslaving your children. They are monetizing a child as soon as it's born. They're trying to say that child owes $69,488. They are trying to monetize every child that's born. And you know what? As far as these are all legal citizens that are paying. Illegals aren't paying jack. And you know what? They don't care, because it's all about further enslavement of a specific group of people, to be honest with you. And those people are really the true tribes of Israel. But it's been allowed to happen. All the wars are being fought by our tax money. Did we really need to go? And there was some guy that was killed, and it's like, so what? ISIS was created. It's oh man. When I was in Uzbekistan, when I had my coffee company, I was in Uzbekistan. I met an old guy there, right? And he was talking about how we were there, or something about the air base. America was gonna pull out of Uzbekistan, something like that. But anyways, he was saying how funny it was is that America was there, really paying Uzbekistan money to use their airfield for the things they were dealing with in Afghanistan. He said, well, don't you know you guys were funding them to come against us? Don't you know that what they're doing to you is what they did to us? And that's what we were doing, is that we were fighting the Afghanis? But you're the one giving all the money to Osama bin Laden to fight us? I mean, he was going, you guys don't make any freaking sense in what was going on. You have no clue on what we were dealing with, how these people were coming over and slaughtering children at the dead of night. But it's all a joke, people. I was in even the country Georgia when we spent, I don't know, a few $100 million or $1 billion on a new embassy over there. It's all, and that was all our money. It's all our money. This is your child. They're stealing money. They're putting a price on a child's head that is born. He is not born free. You think God's not pissed? You think Jesus isn't ready to come back and get a cat of nine tails and start whooping some ass? This is the biggest aspect of treason of anything. And I wish that old Trump, I don't know what he's trying to do. I really don't. See, I used to have a lot of money, and then I lost everything. So I had a few people that I owed money to, right? And I told them point blank when I lost everything. I said, I'm not making $250,000 a year. Matter of fact, I'm making zero. So here's the thing. You have to work with me or you'll get nothing. It's your choice. I didn't file bankruptcy. I didn't do any of that stuff. And guess what? They tried to work with me. And the ones who didn't, they didn't get anything. It was simple as that. So I don't know. Is Trump playing that game? He's filed for bankruptcy. He knows what it's all about. Is he playing that game or not? Or just wants to see it explode or implode on itself? But what's the aftermath on that? It says like this hoe. You know, she's only makes what, a couple $100,000 a year, something like that, 178,000 or 230,000 a year, but it's worth 100 million, 150 million. It's just insane. You know, I suggest you go back and view this video because I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I only went 2 minutes and 46 seconds in. But I'm pretty sure that if I was to watch the rest of this video, I would see that a lot of things that were given to me and told to me by, I feel God, you can believe that or not, I don't care. A lot of my prophecies have come true. My son even reminded me of one the other day that's come true. So it's like you can listen to me or you don't have to listen to me. I care less. I could care less. But I said where we were going. I told you what was happening. I did it a long time. February 4th, 2014, people. So it's not just...
It's time for another secret stand-up.
David Spade. I like David Spade. He's funny. Anyways, so I have a lot of old videos. Here's my old video. My first video was the death of Ariel Sharon. Remember in 2014? The death of Ariel Sharon was as soon as he died, the one guy that one Jewish leader guy said that as soon as he died, then you'd see certain things happening very soon. Well, if you're looking at a 7-year cycle or a 10-year cycle, yeah, it's coming real soon. And a 7-year cycle would put us at 2022, and then that kind of goes to my some of the other stuff that I talked about. So here's the thing, people. My third video was the end time prophecy, the death of Billy Graham, and I talked about the Super Bowl. And here was another explanation of that. I said that he would pass. If you saw him pass away, the lifting of the veil would happen. So I got a lot of old videos, and a lot of things are coming to pass. And here's one thing I need you to see. Look, when I first came out, that's my first video, 5 years ago, 74 views. My second video, this is dealing with the minimum wage stuff, which I think is a bunch of crock. Look at my third video, 15,000 views. 15,000. And then the next one, 1,800, 1,400. Well, this was because no, that's right. There's another one that I've done that is in regard to the band Striper, and they all hate that. But here, look at how quickly it went from 74, 68 to 15,000, 1,800 to 1,400, then back down to the 87, 100, 46. Man, I have a couple in here that don't have anything, and I'm so amazed. It's like, okay, I don't know what to say. Yeah, I have more views on my album stuff than anything. So I try to tell people the other day. I've talked about how we're Egypt. We're a representation of Egypt. I really basically everything I've said from the beginning is all coming to pass. We're having a Moses a period now with Trump. Maybe Trump can't speak very well. Moses didn't speak very well, or whatever. Maybe just doesn't speak the language we speak. Syria prophecy. We've been in Syria for all this time. Anyways, so I've been talking about a lot of stuff for a long time. And I got a lot of videos to prove it. And a lot of the things that I've said have come to pass. You can go back and you can look at all of them. I care less if you do or you don't. I don't want to sound like, what's his name? I don't. What you do or you don't, that, you know. Anyways. It's Malachi Church vs. State. Your child that's, if you have a child that's just being born or your mother in labor right now, I just let you know your child owes the government $69,488. So you better make sure they get out into the workplace ASAP and start paying back that debt. And, oh, by the way, sorry that your payments for your health care went up, but for some reason, they're saying that they're paying it. Oh, Medicare and health insurance or what? Oh, these are for people who are poor. Well, those are people that don't pay in. So tell me how that one works. Anyways, Malachi Church for State, hug your kids because they owe money and now they have a value. So you better hug them really good because they're almost at 70 grand. Call your parents because obviously they're costing us a crap ton of money. Look, see, let me show you. You remind your parents, hey, you know, you guys need to die here real soon. You know, most people don't getting past 80 anyways on average, and so that this is a bunch of crock. This is all based on it's all propaganda. Anyways, go see your neighbor. Let him know that he owes you $69,488 at this point in time. Now that will change probably by the time you see this video. So all this is irrelevant because it all will change by the time you see this video. Matter of fact, it's like time doesn't exist because there's no point to where you can stop it. Isn't that interesting? Almost $23 trillion. It's just freaking mind-blowing. Mind-freaking-blowing. Hey, repent and be baptized, because the only way that you can really get out of this system, or not really, but you can, in God's eyes, in my eyes, and in the eyes of many who need to, at some point in time, right in the streets, is to be baptized and repent. And anyways, we'll talk at you later. I hope that this worked. Remember, people, you're slaves. Oh, and also go check out my 7 Kings of Revelation, the rise of the Antichrist, because a lot of what I said in that, which I'll go to my website here, the artist one, oops. That's my website. That's all my music, if anybody cares. Go to my blog. This is my Death Billy Graham. This is the Deaf. I suggest you read this. I've talked about Trump. I talked about the Russian servers going bad just before the election. I talked about Jimi Hendrix because I've been involved in Jimi Hendrix quite a bit. I did say that he would become the mortar of the financial collapse. So let's see if that happens. Here we go. I suggest you guys go and check this out because I think a lot of things are happening. And the timeline that I gave, even though I'm not a big believer in timelines, is coming true. So, like I said, even in this, I said at 2021, you're going to see the queen hand over her crown. Because I wrote this, when did I write this? I know nobody cares, but geez, when did I write this dang thing? It should have a number on it. You'd think it'd have a stamp on it somewhere. Anyways, I guess not. Oh, June 10th, 2015. Duh. 2015. So, in 2015. It was Obama's 6th year in office, and he and the Pope met in Philadelphia. So you have the Church of Philadelphia. I said that the Pope will reign for 6 years, so or a 3-year term. So the Pope will be around 2021. He'll hand over power to Prince William, as prophesied in Revelation 3:7. Obviously, like I said, I did this in 2015, and I was saying in 2015 the Queen was freaking old, right? So I said she'll hand over the crown in 2016 or 2017. She didn't happen. I said it will not happen until 2018 or 2021. Well, it didn't happen in 2016, 2017, or 2018. And I was just basing that on the basic timelines of Revelations 3:7. And the aspect of the 3.5 years that we will have witnesses witnessing to the Antichrist. So, because I said in 2027 there's a total eclipse of the sun over Egypt, and I think that's really important. In 2027 27 is 80 years, and that was when Moses came back to free his people from Egypt. But I want to tell you, here's another thing too. The silent generation, 1928-45, 73 to 90 years old. Okay. That the silent generation. The baby boomers. But here, look at the millennials and the post-millennials. Right. But I want you to look at this real quick, and then I'll close out. This is why I say what I say. King George V. Here's the thing. 7 kings in Revelation 1:10. There are 7 kings, 5 have fallen, one is, and the other has not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue for a short space. King George V. Think about it. King George V. He died. King George VI. One is. You know why King George VI is still the one that is? Because we have Queen Elizabeth, and she never remarried or gave over the crown to a king. So he still is king. She will hand over the crown to her son, Prince Charles. He, as many have told me, might not even be king for more than a day, but be king just via proxy to then give the crown over to his kid. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th and is of the 7th. Okay? Right? So the 6th, he is 8th because he's the son, and he is of the 7th because his dad. Anyways. And you have to remember there's always dual aspects of all this stuff. I got to go, or I'll talk forever. Anyways, Malachi signing out. Church for State. Hug your kids. Once again, call your parents. Go see a neighbor. Repent. Be baptized. Bye. Deliver me.